50% of Americans say their financial situation is worse now than it was during the last presidential election. That's according to a new survey from Bankrate. Only 21% say their financial situation is better since 2020. So joining us now here in Studio 57 is Mark Hamrick. He's a senior economic analyst and Washington bureau chief at Bankrate. Thanks for joining us. We're just chit-chatting in the break about what it feels like versus kind of what the numbers say. So what's driving this sentiment? How come people feel like they're just not doing as well as they were a few years ago?
We've all been through a lot over the past few years, and I think when you're going through a lot, when something big happens, it's like, well, that's just another big thing. But talking about the economy, the big thing has been that we've suffered the worst inflation in 40 years. We've had a Fed that's been putting higher interest rates into action at a level that we haven't seen in generations. And so the combination of all those factors, with inflation still high, inflation's coming down, but what's not really coming down is prices. So we're talking about the year-over-year change of inflation not being as bad, but the level of prices is still high for important things like shelter, like food, like energy, that includes electricity, as well as gasoline.
As you know, the economy is often at the forefront of most voters' mind. Your report does highlight the importance of the economy in 2024 in the upcoming election. But I think it's always difficult for people because politicians use the economy for campaign slogans. But when we think about a president, and even a one-term president, how much impact do they really have on the economy? For example, former President Trump will have pointed to the stock market going up during his presidency. But a lot of the economic policies that we benefited from were put into place by previous administrations. So how much of it is cyclical and little to do with who's sitting in the Oval Office?
Oh, I think it's a tremendous point. Unfortunately, it's not one that's well understood by voters, and politicians seek to leverage that lack of knowledge and awareness. And I would even say the risk for President Biden is he's the one that's trying to own the idea with Bidenomics, whereas I would have thought in the previous administration just the same, when the president then was saying, oh, look at the stock market at a record high level. You can thank me for that. Okay, well, the reverse of that is when stock prices go down, the same is true with Bidenomics. So I do think there's a risk for the president in doing this. And if inflation doesn't come down, if we actually have a further moderation, as is widely expected in the job market over the next 12 months, there is risk for the president, and he's going to have to work on those talking points.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know it didn't make any sense for Donald Trump to tell everyone to look at the stock market, but these are the basic things that we understand. Stock market, robust, all those finance people must know something about how good the economy is looking.
And he must know because he's a good businessman.
Right, exactly. Meanwhile, Biden is sort of dusting off our monthly reports, which no one really ever understands. I mean, our first question is always, what does this have to do with me? It's just too complicated.
Well, we're living in very complicated times. I don't have to tell you two that. You're talking about that in one way or the other every day. But I think Americans do have a substantially superior awareness of how their own personal finances are. That ultimately is the most important thing. And where I get into trouble is where people are listening to me and saying, what are you talking about? The job market's good. I can't find a job. And there's no arguing with them. But we know that the unemployment rate is just a tick under 4%, which is historically good.
So Gen Z was the only age group most likely to say that their overall financial situation had improved, although
I think
if you hear them talk about it, they don't seem to say it. I'm only kidding. I love my Gen Z friends.
What's the age group for Gen Z?
18 to 26.
Okay, so they're going from living with their parents to
making a little scratch.
Their first crappy apartment. Of course, things are looking up.
Got a little money to hit the bars. Finally, they're getting financial independence.
Drinking age.
Oh, things are good. Life is great. Is that what's driving this?
I think so, yeah. I mean, that's the most upwardly mobile group. You're talking about somebody who now is 18, 3 years ago was 15, right? And 26 was 23. And they are entering the workforce, and they're realizing, hey, there is value to work and having earnings power. So I think that is telling. And the older one is in this survey, the less likely they are to be sort of saying things are good.
Very interesting.
Mark Hamrick, great to have you.
Great to be here.
Really great
Thank
analysis.
you.
Appreciate it.